Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to the channel. Today I am going to be sharing with you some journaling prompts that you can use if you are a beginner in journaling and you don't know where to start. I recently did a journaling 101 video which tackled journaling for beginners, where to start, why you do it, the benefits you can expect to reap. So please go watch that video before you watch this one and use these prompts that I'm going to share to start journaling. I have compiled a list of simple journaling prompts that are very suitable for beginners who do not know how to express their thoughts and feelings on paper but want to start doing that and want to reap the benefits of journaling. And these are ideal if you are on a self-discovery or self-improvement journey and you want to really get in touch with yourself. Before I share the prompts that you can use for journaling as a beginner, there are a few things that you need to keep in mind. One, of course, you need your notebook and pen. Number two, you need to be in a comfortable, cozy space because you want to make sure your body is rested and calm and you're able to sit with your thoughts and your feelings, and you're able to be in a space that makes you feel like you're yourself and a space that helps you feel like you're comfortable. You get my point here? So it can be your couch, your bed, your working space, whatever makes you feel comfortable. That's your best place to journal. You also need to be really present with yourself. So if you have racing thoughts on whatever is happening in your life, you need to do a few breathing exercises, you know, deep breaths, and then bring yourself back to yourself so that you're able to really get in touch with what's going on in your mind, in your heart, in your soul, in your spirit, all of that. So please take note of those before you start journaling. And once you feel like you're in that comfortable space to now start dealing with your thoughts and your feelings, you can use any of these prompts that I'm going to share to journal. I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you do, make sure you give it a big thumbs up, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already subscribed, and make sure you turn on your post notifications so that next time I have a new video up, you do not miss it. One of the journaling prompts you can use to start journaling is the simplest of them all, which is, how am I feeling? This is putting yourself as another person, as a second person, and asking yourself how you are feeling. So take this as a conversation you're having with yourself and have yourself as the next person so that you're able to open up to this next person that is asking you, how am I feeling? In fact, for me, when I journal, I usually write, how are we feeling, or how are you feeling? And then I respond to that question. It makes me feel like it's another person asking me this, and I can easily now start, you know, downloading whatever I'm feeling, and I can easily share with them. Of course, it's just an imaginary person, but I feel like I have someone else in me that I can share with, and that's a really good place to start. And then once you write how you're feeling, after you've written down your thoughts and your feelings and exactly what you feel, whether it's good feelings or bad feelings, you need to wrap that up with, how do I want to feel? You want to check in with yourself and see, if these are the thoughts and feelings I have right now, how do I want to change them? Another journaling prompt that you can use as a beginner, and one of my favorites by the way, is, what am I grateful for today? Gratitude is so life-changing. Gratitude is so grounding, and it brings you back to a space of where you are in your life and what you're content about and the things that you're really grateful for. And for me, and I know I have shared this before in the videos that I have shared recently, but I have talked about being grateful in a different way, not just coming up with a list of, I am grateful for food, I am grateful for my parents, I am grateful for my work. Not just that, but really delving deep into the things that I am really grateful for and writing down why I am grateful for those things. So when you do start writing your gratitude list or your gratitude journal, make sure you go in depth and write why you're grateful for those things. I recommend using this journaling prompt if you're struggling with feelings of not being content and you're comparing yourself and you feel like life is not moving the way it should have moved for you, or you feel like you're stuck and things are not just going the way you want them to go. Gratitude journaling is where it's at. You bring yourself back to where you are and you see all the beautiful things your life has to offer, and you stop looking at the external world and really get back to your internal world and what's just surrounding you in your space and in your mind and in your heart, which is a really good grounding experience. Another journaling prompt that you can use as a beginner is, what has made me happy recently? I know sometimes, you know, you have happy moments and things just happen and you're happy and you're done, and the next day you're back to your usual life, and we rarely go back to look at the things that really made us happy, right? If it was that meal that you cooked and it made you feel like, oh my god, I love this meal, I feel so good about myself because I treated myself to this meal. Or was it an experience you had with your friend, or was it a date you took yourself out to? Look back on those happy moments in your life, and as you look back on them, you will start to notice that you're making time for more of those experiences and really touching base with the things that really make you happy. If you're feeling sad and you want to spark some happiness in your life, look back on your happy moments, those things that really made you happy. Look back on them and you will sort of spark that feeling again, and you will be able to even create a sort of experience that will bring you happiness in this present moment. Let's say, for example, I remember of a moment that made me happy recently was when I went to the spa. That makes me happy, that made me happy recently. What can I do right now that would make me feel happy now? I could schedule my pamper routine later on in the evening to have sort of a spa experience at home, or I could get that feeling I got from going to the spa by spending time with myself, cooking myself a meal. You just have to, you know, match the things that bring you happiness, but first you have to really keep them close to you and keep looking back at those things, right? Yeah, so ask yourself what has made you happy recently, and you will find yourself creating sort of a loop with those happy moments in your past and making them part of your present moment. Another journaling prompt that you can do as a beginner, and one that I recommend you start with, is, what do I love about myself? If you find yourself being self-critical and you're just picking up on your flaws and you're just, you know, mellow and down and not feeling really good about yourself, this is the time to use this prompt. Ask yourself, what do I really love about myself? It doesn't even have to be one thing. You can write 10, 20, 50 things that you love about yourself. This journaling prompt will help you get out of that negative thoughts loop and bring some positive thoughts loop in your mind, and you will instantly feel better. You will instantly feel like you love yourself because you're saying these things to yourself. Remember, when you're journaling, make it feel like it's a conversation you're having with someone. That someone is you, but you've sort of created a new character besides you that you trust and that you love and that is ready to hear you. So when you're writing or when you're journaling, you're literally speaking to this person. Another journaling prompt that you can use as a beginner is, what can I change in my routine to make me happier and healthier? So look back on how your routine is set up. Just look at the things that you do on a daily and see where you can add little pockets of joy and happiness into your routine. And yeah, you can have that conversation with yourself, like, is my morning routine really nurturing my health and my happiness, or is it destroying it? What can I change there? What can I improve here? Do I need to start doing some activities to help me feel healthier and happier? That's a really simple prompt to start if you don't want to really get in touch with your feelings as a beginner in journaling. You can just look at things that you can change currently to make you feel better and to make you happier and to make you feel like you're living a healthier life. Another journaling prompt that I highly recommend for beginners is, what have I accomplished lately that I am super proud of? Again, we are our worst critics, and sometimes we only want to keep going. We rarely sit to look back at the things that we have accomplished and clap for ourselves. So if you're struggling and you feel like you're stuck and you feel like you've not been doing your best and you feel like your productivity is down, you feel like you're not just moving at the pace that you're supposed to be moving, sit down and think about the things that you've accomplished. It doesn't have to be major things like I got my master's degree, or I bought a car, or I went for vacation or these big major things. It can be I have kept up with my routine for 5 days a week, I worked out 3 times a week, or I ate healthier this week, or I called my people this week every day, or I was able to sit down and journal every day. These are small tiny accomplishments, but they really do take the biggest parts of our hearts and our lives, right? Yeah, so look back and see the things that you've done and the things that you're super proud of, and clap for yourself. You will get the momentum and the motivation to do them again and again and again, building a happier and healthier life. Now, I do have a prompt for if you're feeling anxious and you're struggling to calm down and you have these racing thoughts and you're in a loop of emotions and feelings. And this is asking yourself, what can I see? What can I hear? What can I smell? Our senses have a role to play in ensuring we stay present with ourselves. When you look outside and see a plant, to you it might be, I have just seen a plant, but that act of just looking outside and seeing that plant is big enough to bring you back into your body and to bring you back into your present moment. I know sometimes, you know, you're thinking you're in a loop of I did this, I did not, I did this, I did not, I should have done this, I am supposed to be doing this, why didn't I do this? And I know you can run and stay in that loop for hours and hours. And when you find yourself doing that, grab your journal, sit down and ask yourself, what can I see right now? In your room, start pointing at the things that you can see. I can see my TV, I can see my orange book, I can see my green plant, I can see my fluffy pillow, I can see my pink water bottle. Write 5 things that you can see. What can I smell? Smell your candle, smell your hand to smell your lotion, smell your perfume, open the fridge and notice the smell. Smell your bathroom, smell your bed sheets, whatever you can smell. That brings you back to, this is what I am doing now. I am smelling my fridge. I am smelling my perfume. I am smelling my bathroom. And you sort of shun the thoughts that are running in your mind. Again, ask yourself, what can I hear right now? Sit still and just listen. Listen to what you can hear. You might hear a bird chirping, you might hear someone open their door, you might hear some music in the background. Just being with your senses in that moment will do so much for you. I'm telling you this as someone that has practiced this. There are times I used to be in a totally negative loop and I would bring back myself by just looking around my space and focusing on whatever I see. It could be as easy as I am just staring at this water bottle and I would start counting these love hearts and I would start looking at how they're designed and the sizes, and then I would run from the thoughts that I was previously in to these new thoughts that I have created. Journaling about what you can see, what you can hear, and what you can smell is so impactful for people that struggle with anxiety. So if you are that kind of a person, this prompt will come in handy for you. So when you are in that moment, get your book or your notes up and start writing those things. If you do this, please let me know if it works for you and let me know how you feel after. Another journaling prompt for beginners is, what is my happy place? This is a favorite of mine. I know I've spoken about happiness and what has made you happy. That's another journaling prompt, but describe your happy place. Describe your happy place. Is your happy place a person? Is your happy place home? Is your happy place moments with yourself? Is your happy place an experience? It could be anything. Describe your happy place and make it routine to include this happy place into your life. That way you will obviously be happier because this place really makes you happy, right? So for me, in my house, my happy place is my bathroom. I know I have quite cute spots in my house, but my happiest place is my bathroom. I get to be so vulnerable with myself in the bathroom. If I have emotions and I want to cry, I go cry at the bathroom mirror. or in the shower. You know, you guys know that shower cry really slaps, right? Yeah, so my bathroom is my happy place. I know it's the place I do process most of my emotions, but it's also the place where I get to love myself so genuinely. It's the place where I hold space for myself to be anything and to say anything and to just look through my insecurities and look through my strengths and affirm myself. The bathroom mirror is where I say my affirmations in the morning. It's where I go and do a little dance and feel like my soul is refilled. So get your happy place. It could be a place, it could be a person, it could be an experience, it could be anything for you, but create that happy place for yourself. So as a beginner in journaling, ask yourself, what is my happy place? And that should help you even create one if you're not able to come up with one. Another journaling prompt, if you are on a self-discovery journey, is what would I like to change about my life? Do I want to change the relationships I have in my life? Do I want to change my job? Do I want to change my routine? Do I want to change my habits? What is it in your life do you want to change that will help you create a better life for yourself? This is a good journaling prompt if you feel like you're stuck and you don't know what you're supposed to be doing, and you feel like there's something in your life that you're stuck on, or that you're hung up on, that you need to release to be able to create the life that you want. And this is really important if you're just starting your self-improvement journey and you want to have sort of an outline of the things that you want to work on. So if it's that relationship, then you will now sit down and write about why you want to change that relationship in your life. If it's your job, you can come up with actionable steps to, you know, leaving the job and getting another one, or creating employment for yourself. Another journaling prompt that you can try as a beginner is, what kind of day do I want to have? This is one of the prompts that I use almost daily because I do journal every weekday. I would say 5 to 6 times a week I do journal, and it's one of the ones I repeat most of the time. So I ask myself, what kind of day do I want to have? When I use this prompt to journal, I sort of create the day that I want to have in my mind, and my actions eventually align with those thoughts and feelings that I have towards the day I want to have. So I can wake up and say, today I want a restful day. So that means everything that I will be doing during the day needs to align with this vision I have for my day, which is a restful day. If I want a productive day, how does that look like for me? So I can write all the things that I want to do and all the things that will make me feel like I am going to have a productive day. So this is sort of like a nice, no depth kind of journaling prompt that you can start, especially if you're trying to ground yourself and you're trying to increase your productivity and you're at the beginning of your self-discovery journey. Those are the 10 journaling prompts that I wanted to share that are suitable for beginners, but I do have one bonus point that I wanted to include in this, and it's just a general prompt that you can use. It doesn't even have to be around self-discovery, but ask yourself, what is the worst that can happen? This journaling prompt is suitable if you find yourself going back and forth with a task or an idea or a decision that you're supposed to make, but you can't really figure it out, or you're in a dilemma. What is the worst that can happen? If I make this decision, what is the worst that can happen to me? It will help you put things into perspective, and you will see really the things that you're overthinking and the things that you're already bashing and you're thinking this is not how it's going to work. You will see it's not as bad as you're thinking it's going to be. So for example, if you are asking yourself, I want to quit my job, and that is sort of like a dilemma you have, should I quit or should I continue working? With this prompt, you can ask yourself, what is the worst that can happen? What is the worst that can happen if I don't quit? Then you write down all the things that can happen which you consider worst for you, and then on the other hand, you can also write, what is the worst that can happen if I quit this job, right? So you can write, you know, I am jobless, I don't have money, all these things that you can write. When you do this, you're able to see things from a bird's eye, and you can now make a decision based off all the things that you have highlighted regarding this situation, you know, and you're not just in a spiral of thoughts that will stop you from making any decision. Yeah, so I hope you enjoyed this video and I hope you learned something from this. If you do, let me know down in the comments. Let me know your favorite prompts to use for journaling. If you are experienced in journaling or this is a practice that you do on a regular basis, share with us what you journal about, what are your favorite prompts to go to, and we can all learn from you. Thank you so much for watching. I will see you next time. Bye.